Hey guys, Zeramus555 here, coming to you guys with a deck profile. This is kind of a new way of me doing it. Sorry for the box here. This is the only way I could actually get my camera properly positioned. If anyone has a better idea of how to do this, let me know, because I've never actually done a deck profile like this before. But yeah, so you can see a very nice camera, high quality. I do have a new Samsung Note 2, thanks to my brother-in-law, because I actually destroyed my other phone with a basketball. It's a long story though, but yeah, anyways, without further ado, I'm going to be doing a deck profile for you guys. This is Bujin's. I love this new camera. The quality's awesome. It looks great. The lighting's really good, and knocking stuff over. And yeah, so I will just be putting stuff in the middle here, and I'll kind of quickly talk about why I'm playing what. This is pretty standard Bujins. There's really nothing special about this. I do want to get this video to 30 likes. I think we can probably do that fairly quickly. When I get to 30 likes, I will do a Sylvan deck profile. I finally got my Sylvans all finished. I love that deck. It's so fun. And yeah, anyways, without further ado, let's get on to the deck profile here. So, cool Shein mat. Pretty nice, custom. So, starting things off, we have 1, 2, 3 Bujin Yamato. He's obviously the main monster of the deck. Nothing else to say there. Alties are super sexy, and they're actually very affordable now, which is great. 1 Mikazuchi. I was playing 2, but I figured that 1 was just the best number. This is mainly just because, like, 2 can clog. Like, he's really good if you have a Yamato and, like, a Hare in the grave, and they're able to get around the Hare, kill the Yamato, you get special in Mika. You still have Bujin on the field with Kaiser, so he's really good with Kaiser. But I feel like he's a little bit slow right now, and they're probably going to, like, bounce Yamato or something more so than destroy him. Even though destruction is pretty relevant right now, so I think 1's just fine. You kind of just search him if you need him. 2 Hirume. He's great, or she's great. I guess it's a girl. She's really, really good. She just kind of speeds the deck up a little bit. I would never play 3, and I think 1's not enough. I'm also not playing Arasuda anymore. This is mainly just because I find Arasuda is a tad bit inconsistent. He's really only good with this card. Otherwise, he's just like a 1900 defense. He doesn't really do anything. His effect's kind of irrelevant. So that's it for the Bujins. Onto the Bujingis, we have 1, 2 Bujingi Hare. Bujingi Hare is the best one in the deck. This is, like, I will always dump this first. I don't care if I'm playing Burning Abyss. I pretty much will always dump the Hare first. Now the reason for this is that this automatically makes Bujincarnation live, which is really important, because what ends up happening if you dump stuff like Turtle is it's not really reactive unless your opponent activates a card that specifically does what it wants it to do. This card, like, say if somebody's going to destroy my Yamato no matter what, I can just banish the Hare, and it automatically will make my Bujincarnation live, which is so important. Hare is also just really good because he's, once again, he's chainable, so if they try and, like, activate a card to get this out of the grave, you can just chain it on your Yamato that's already on the board. So it's just a really good card. Like, Hare's the best Bujingi. Just 1 turtle. This is kind of weird. The reason I'm just playing 1 is I think targeting isn't that great. The only thing targeting is really good against is Burning Abyss. I do side in the second turtle in the side deck just for Burning Abyss. But other than that, like, this card's pretty bad against everything else. Like, it doesn't do anything against Necros. It's pretty much irrelevant against Shadows as well. So it's just not a very good card. It's just really good against Burning Abyss, and having that one targeting negate's really, really important. This is weird. I'm playing 1 Centipede. Centipede is awesome. I basically replaced the second turtle with Centipede. I'm not playing MSTs in this build because MST is not really that great, and it's really, really unimportant in Bujins. The only cards that really hurt me is Skill Drain. Skill Drain's at 1 now, so I just pretty much try not to worry about it too much. Lose 1 turn does nothing. Yeah, like, all the cards that hurt every other deck, Vanities and stuff, they do nothing to this deck, which is awesome. Centipede's super good too, because he's not just the fact that he's 1700, like, that's nice, but it's also just the fact that, like, you could banish him automatically and pop a back row. You do need a Bujin on the field, but it's so strong. You can't use this effect more than once in a turn, unfortunately, but it's really good because he just baits out back rows and stuff. He's just a really good card. He's basically the only back row popping card I actually run in this build. And then the 1 Quilin. I mean, other than Quilin, he hits face-ups, but Quilin's awesome. I love that card. So last Bujingi's obviously is triple Bujingi Crane. I mean, if this was ARG format, I think that these wouldn't be as good, but this deck is a really good Klee matchup. Lose one turn, once again, does nothing against this deck. They have a really hard time getting over Yamato, just because of the fact that he's 1800, but he's going to be 1900 Tenki. All their normal summons are going to be 18, and obviously we have like 5 Honests in the deck, so like that's super, super strong. We also have double Honest. This is at 2, of course, but I wouldn't ever play, I think, more than 2. If it went up to 3, I think that would just be overkill. I mean, I might consider dropping like Crane down to 2 if that's the case, because you can search it, but I don't think this card's ever going to go back to a 3, so. And then the last 3 monsters is triple Effect Veiler. You have to play this card right now. This deck loses really hard to monster effects. Especially stuff like Trishula. If Trishula resolves, you pretty much lose the game. Like, it's not the fact that you're losing your Yamato and something from the grave, because I mean, essentially you're like, okay, well, you're setting up Bujincarnation, that's fine. It's more so the fact that losing a card out of your hand can be like huge, because Bujins, generally the cards in their hand are going to be their power play cards, like Bujincarnation. So Honest just stops those crazy monster effects that are normally going to kill you, and this card's just really good. Also, now that we have Trishula back, which I do run in the extra deck, this is actually a 2-card Trishula combo. So you have Bujincarnation back, 2 Bujins, summon Effect Veiler, and you make Trish. It's kind of not terrible. I mean, it's okay, but I mean, you're still getting stuff back in the graveyard for Bujincarnation, and depending on what deck you're playing, like if I'm playing Klees or something, the Effect Veilers are going to be dead anyways, so generally you just dump these now like a Crane to your hand if you're playing Klee Forts. So that's the monsters, guys. It's 20 cards. It might seem like a lot, but I think it's 20. It might be 19, but it's a good ratio. I think it's 19, actually. So triple Bujincarnation. You have to play 3 of this card. I see a lot of people playing 2. That's wrong. That's really bad. You have to play 3 of this card. Like, I get that it clogs, but this is really the only big power move card that Bujins have. This plus Honest, if your opponent has the proper board, is an OTK. And this card just toolbox you so hard. Like, you go into your searcher and you can add your Yamato, and it just helps you OTK, and it also just obviously it's just a very important combat card. We're also playing triple Fire Formation Tenki. Nothing really to say there. It's Tenki. Searches out all your. I only have 6 targets for it in the deck, but you're pretty much, it's just get to Bujin Yamato as soon as possible. Same with triple Duality. I don't special a lot in this deck. The only cards that really special summon is Bujincarnation and Hirume, and then the odd time I might XYZ, but this card is just so important. I see a lot of people just playing 2 of this. I think you have to play 3. I always notice whenever I cut this out to 2, I just don't get to Yamato fast enough, and like my buddy Brennan, he was playing, he kind of net decked my build, but he was playing 2 dualities, and I told him, we were having mirror matches, and he was losing pretty much constantly. He did finally 2-0 me one game, but that's because he basically opened this card and then like got into Tenki right away. So now I was playing 2 of these, but I bumped this up. I'm playing triple Kaiser Colosseum now. I think you have to play this card at 3. Like, this deck's so slow now, and I tried Max D's and stuff, but they don't work, and it just basically makes your matchup against Klee Fort's even harder. This card's really good against Klee Fort. They can't Pendulum summon like a gazillion monsters, which this deck loses to Monster Swarm. This card's really good against Nekroz, because if they have the Manju in their hand, that's the end of their play. Like, they summon the Manju and they have to end their turn. So a lot of times what ends up happening is they're going to do the ritual play first. You can use your cards on the more important cards on those to stop those effects, and then they have to summon the Manju afterwards. And even then, they still can't do anything because the Kaiser's stopping all their plays. This card's really good against Shadows, because they can't do that stupid Star Seraph garbage, which basically loses you the game. And I want to open this. Like, this card's just so nasty that it basically, like, these replace the Vanity's Emptiness. And 1 Book of Moon. I'm not playing any Raigeki in here. I don't play Soul Charge either. I like Soul Charge. I think it's okay in this deck. I'd actually consider playing it now, just because you can make Trishula with the Veilers and stuff. Like, you could, bring back, like, 2 dudes and then Veiler for a Trish. I mean, that's 3,000 life points, which isn't terrible, but yeah, it's something I will consider for sure. It's just this deck is so tight in space, I don't know what the heck I'd cut. So on to traps, we have... Oh, sorry, I'll get these out of the way first. On to traps, we have triple Fiendish Chain, 1 Vanity's Emptiness, 1 Compulse. This is more like a fun build, but I mean, it's also competitive. So, like, I am running some traps in here that aren't very good. Like, Compulsory is really not that good right now, but I still like this card. You can bounce back Yamato and stuff, and then summon him again next turn. Torrential Tribute's really good in here, just because it's just a good card right now. Bottomless Trap Hole. Sorry, that keeps unfocusing, that's my hand. And Solemn Warning. So that is the main deck. It's 40 cards. So we're just going to go into the extra deck really quick. I just remembered I forgot to put Trish in the extra deck, so just one quick second here. And I think I cut out... I'm trying to remember what card I don't ever go into. I think it's Cowboy. I don't really ever make Cowboy. Alright. So starting things off, we have the one Amaterasu. I actually go into this guy a lot. He's really good. Like, super good card. If you pretty much get him off, you win the game. 2 Suzans, you don't need 3. 2's enough. 1 Kagasuchi. 1 Tsukiyomi. You don't go into him very much, but he's still good when you go into him. 1 Omega. 1 Ragna Zero. Awesome card. 1 Tiger King. 1 Castel. 1 Diamond Direwolf. I do not own 101 or Exciton still, but honestly, I don't really have a lot of times where I need to go into Exciton. Like, Castel's a better card. If I had a second Castel, I would just play that. Heartland Draco, this card's awesome. Strategist Paladynamo, Dweller, Rhapsody, and then the 1 Trishula. So that's the extra deck, guys, and that's the entire deck. So that was Bujins. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get this to 30 likes so you guys can see my Sylvan deck profile, which I've been testing quite a bit. I think it's pretty awesome. Once again, it's not a very competitive deck, but I mean, you guys know me, I don't play competitive decks, I just play fun decks. So, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the deck profile, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace. Probably do the peace sign.